Hello, thank you for joining me today. We have our planking series of exercises. Planks are an awesome way just to track strength and really working on that whole body stability. So let's start off with a nice stretch. So just coming into our child's pose, bottom towards heels, we're stretching those arms out long. And you can just sway side to side through those shoulders. Come up onto those fingertips for a little bit of a more aggressive stretch through those shoulder sockets. One more breath here. I'm going to come onto our 4-point kneeling. So hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. We're relaxing through those elbows and lifting up out of the chest. Let's take a deep inhale, C shape through the spine, chin towards chest, look towards the belly button. Exhale, tailbone back, chest forward, looking forward. So trying to find that full range of motion. C shape one way, C shape the other way. Let's go for 2 more. 1 more. And coming back to neutral. All right, let's come into our plank position. So hands underneath shoulders, we're stepping our feet back, coming onto the balls of our feet and finding our nice strong position. Making sure we're not pressing that tailbone back or dropping the hips down. We're nice and long, lifting up out of the shoulder sockets, relaxing through those elbows and squeezing through the core. Let's take 4 breaths here. Inhale. And exhale, we're squeezing, tightening through all our muscles. 3 more breaths. Really feel that squeeze on the exhale. Nice. Holding really strong. We've got 1 more breath. And we're going to press back into our A-frame position. And you can just walk through your calves here, stretching into this pose. We're gradually trying to press those heels a little bit closer towards the mat, chest a little bit closer towards the thighs. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Just enjoying this stretch. 1 more breath. We're going to work on our shoulder stability here. So as we inhale, we're going to bring our body weight forward, coming into our plank position. Exhale, we're pressing back into the A-frame. Let's go for 8. 7, lifting up out of the shoulder sockets, nice and strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. We're going to come back into our plank hold. Nice. Now from here, we're going to tip ourselves forward and back. So all we're doing is hinging on that ankle joint, nothing with the rest of the body. Chest comes over fingertips, over wrists. 4, 5, 6. Now if you need to at any point drop those knees down and have a rest, you can. Just join back when you can. Let's come back into our plank position. Next set for 8, we're going to drop the knees down to hover just above the mat and then exhale through the back of the knees, straightening there, holding nice and strong. Let's go for 8, 7, squeezing through the waist, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last, and we're going to hold the knees hovering off the mat. Now imagine you're tracing 2 circles with your knees and 2 circles with your shoulders around your wrists. 3, squeezing through that waist. 4, 5, 6. We have 1 more set. Let's reverse the circle for 8. Then we can have a rest, almost there. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Let's drop those knees down. Bottom towards heels, coming into a child's pose. Take a breath. And let's walk those hands just around to the right, enjoying that stretch down the side of the body, finding that little C-shaped position. Taking a breath here, exhaling into that pose. And let's walk those hands around to the other side. Nice stretch here. And coming back to the center. We're going to come into our plank, but now on our elbows. So elbows underneath shoulders, forearms and palms are pressed into the mat. And we're going to step back, lengthening through the backs of the knees, holding nice and strong. Now, similar to before, we're going to press the tailbone up, like we're coming into an A-frame, and then bring the body down. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Again, lifting up out of those shoulder sockets, nice and strong through the body. We have 2 more. We're going to hold here in this last one. We've got 8 breaths. Inhale and exhale. 2, 3. There's my cat. 4, 5, 6, 7. Beautiful. Coming again with our tilt. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're holding nice and strong. Let's breathe for 8. Squeezing through the waist. 7, 6, 5. Coming to a rest in 4, 3, 2. Last one. And let's drop down. Have a rest, couple of breaths. Rolling through those shoulders. We are almost there. Let's come back onto our hands, finding our plank hold again. We're going to step back into our plank position. We're flexing our foot. We're going to pulse that right leg up and down. So nice and strong here. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're going to step down and then come to the other side. Left side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're going to step down. Now we're going to try and balance on one arm. So we're going to tap our right hand to left shoulder for 8, 7, squeezing through the waist, 5, 4, 3, 2 more. Last one to the other side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 3, 2, last one. And let's come into a rest. Releasing those shoulders. Let's reach that right arm up towards the ceiling. Threading that arm through the gap between our hand and our knee. Outside of the arm and ear is on the mat. And you can just shift the body weight forward and back here, stretching into that shoulder. If you want a little bit more, release that supporting arm. Cross it over your back to your opposite hip. Try to open the shoulder, look up towards the ceiling. Let's take a couple of breaths here. And stepping back into our 4-point kneeling. Let's reach that right arm up, threading it through. Sorry, that was my left arm. I am just out of breath and forgot what side I was on. Let's take a couple of breaths here. One more breath. And let's come back into our 4-point kneeling. We're going to come back into that plank pose. So again, hands underneath shoulders, we're stepping back into our plank. We're going to extend our right leg behind, pointing the toe. Now we're going to bring our right knee as far as we can towards right elbow, extend it back. Let's go for 8, 7, squeezing through the waist, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, stepping it back to the left side. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, stepping it back. Let's drop those knees down. Have a rest, take a breath. I'm going to push this back in. One more breath. Almost finished. Alrighty, coming back into that pose. Same thing here, we're going to cross that leg over. So try and tap the right knee towards left elbow, extending behind. So here we're really working through those obliques as we twist through the core. 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more. Last one. And let's drop down. Release the other leg behind. Left leg crossing over. 2, squeeze through the waist. 3, really try and tap that elbow. 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one. We're stepping it back and let's come into our 4-point kneeling, stretching back, rolling those shoulders. And let's come into a lunge just to finish. So we're going to step that right foot to the outside of the right hand. You can let that right knee fall out to the side a little bit to really open through the hip. An option to come down onto those forearms just for a bit of an extra stretch. If you want a little bit more again, bending through that back leg, reach around, hold onto the foot, and try and hug the heel close towards the glute. And release. Let's step that knee back. Left leg steps forward, again coming into that stretch. Option to come onto those forearms. And option to reach around, bending that back leg, stretching through that quad. And coming back. Beautiful job. And then just finishing off, sitting bottom on heels. Let's roll through those shoulders. Slowing that breath down. I am puffed, which just shows you how quickly you can lose your fitness when you don't do Pilates for a couple of days, but I know I'll get it back so quickly. And then just bringing those shoulders up towards the ears and relaxing down. Let's do one more. And release. Thank you for joining me for this plank series today, guys. I will see you for the next video.